Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jay here. Guys, just wanted to jump on here real quick. As I promised, I was going to share a scalping strategy with you. This is something that I learned quite a while back, and I use it every now and then as well, depending on market conditions. Now, let me just give a disclaimer before you go ahead and use this strategy. Now, this strategy will not be 100% accurate all the time because it's really dependent on market conditions. The best time to use this is in a ranging market, okay? Although you are going to use it on maybe your 3 minutes, your 1 minutes, even in conjunction with your 5 minutes as well. It's better to use it in ranging market, not consolidating market. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Let me use a new chart. So we're going to use CAD JPY, where I've got no markings on CAD JPY because I do not trade this pair type. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's bring this over here. So this is CAD JPY. We are also going to go down to the 3 minute time frame. Okay, the 3 minute time frame. And the reason why I'm saying 3 minute time frame, because sometimes with the fractals, with the strategy that I'm going to share with you, sometimes one candle is not enough to um, make decent profit, especially if your broker is taking a huge commission, and especially if you're trading at a particular time in the day where the broker is taking, a huge commission from the offset. Let me just cancel that out. So let me actually quickly take that off as well. So I'm going to go through the actual strategy with you. I'm going to go through the settings with you as well, just so you have that from a standpoint of, having the recording, and then you can set it up for yourself as well. Now, this is what I would definitely say also. Trust the strategy to work over time. Okay, over time. If you take like the first two trades and maybe they're going to be losing trades, don't feel that the strategy doesn't work. I've been using this for a number of years now, and the strategy does work. It just means that you need to be taking it over a length of time to really see the benefits of it. Okay. You don't need to take multiple transactions with this particular strategy. You can get in and out, in and out, in and out. You don't need to be going in, and hoping for the best, right? Because that strategy, that hope strategy, really can mess you up at times. Okay. So let's get right to it. So the first actual indicator that you're going to add to your chart, you're going to come to indicators and you're going to add what is called fractals. Okay, I've already got that added here, so I don't need to add it again, right? But it's called William fractals. As you can see, it's one of my saved indicators, right? So if I put the William fractals onto the chart, this is what they look like. You can actually leave the settings. I find that the settings for this does work generally well as it is. The only thing I change is this. This comes as standard red. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off and then we're going to re-add it, okay? So fractals, William fractals. This comes as standard red. We're going to change this to green, okay? And we're actually going to change this to red. There's a reason for that because I want, when it goes to red, I want to be selling. It just makes it more comfortable for my brain, my eyes to recognize that red is for selling, green is for buying, right? So, to be honest with you, we're making very, very quick split decisions, quick second split decisions. So we want to make sure this is most comfortable on the eye as possible. So I would always change that around, okay? Then I would add a free RSI. So basically, this particular it's a free RSI. It's a free movement average. Let me correct that. It's a free movement average. Okay. So once again, now I will change some of the settings on here as well. I will change the inputs. This comes as the standard different input. I've set the length, the smallest length as 20, then the next length as 50, then a left length as 100. Okay. So make sure your settings, your lengths do resemble that. There's a reason for that because you are scalping. You want your moving averages to be a little bit tighter so that you can get in and out of trades quicker. Okay, the bigger the length, the bigger the actual the EMA allows for movement. But you want to keep this real tight, right? So you want it as a 20 EMA, 50 EMA, and also a 100 EMA. Then what you want to do also, you want to change the colors here. So you want to have green at the top, then yellow, then red. Okay. Then you're going to click OK. You can obviously save the settings as well, save as default. You can do that also. And then you want to click OK. All right. That's all you need for this strategy in terms of indicators and setup. I also have on here a super trend. Okay. Now, the reason why I have a super trend on here because the super trend allows me to understand and identify the trend just a little bit more. Okay. And I won't be using the super trend on the 3 minute or the 5 minute. I'll be using the super trend on the 15 minute. Okay. Because I want to see a little bit more of the bigger trend itself. Although we are scalping small time frames, I want to know what the bigger trend is, which will be the 15-minute trend. So I can clearly see here the super trend gave me a sell position, sell signal. So I want to make sure that I'm scalping for sales. I want to make sure that I'm scalping for bearish market. Okay. Just like here, it gave a buy signal. I want to make sure I'm scalping for what? For what? Buying market. Okay. For bullish market. So I don't use a super trend when I'm actually trading. Okay. So I'm going to take that off, but it gives you a bit of an indication of where the market needs to be. Now, how to use this strategy? Very simple. Okay. Now, you're not going to have a trade like every minute, every minute, every minute, every minute. You've got to wait for a particular setup that will allow you to get into the trade profitably. Okay. So although this is scalping, this is not scalping like your aggressive scalping where you're scalping in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out like that. Okay. This is more for somebody that is new to the market and still wants the system or a strategy to work from that would allow them to get into great trades. Okay. So let's actually look for some of the setups that we could have taken on this particular chart. Okay. Let's have a look for some of the setups that we could have taken on this particular chart. Okay, so the system works like this. The William fractals is going to tell me whether I'm buying or selling. And in this case, I would have been selling. As you can see, the market is moving downwards, right? This is now on the 15, but we need to convert to the 3 minute. It's either going to be 3 minute or 5 minute. The choice is yours, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, okay? I tend to see on TradingView, it works very well on the 3 minute. Okay, so here we go. This is a great example here. So the market is obviously going to move in a lot of waves, right? And what you're looking for, let's get a brush, you're looking for the actual market to retrace back to the yellow line. Okay, this is the 50 EMA, right? You're then waiting for a William fractal to appear, and then you are going to get into a buy trade here. Okay. Now, whether the William fractal was called here or called here, doesn't matter. You're going to get into a buy trade, and you're going to ride it all the way up until you see the opposite William fractal. Okay. The opposite William fractal. That would have been your trade. That's your scalp. Okay. Now you want to keep doing that, like just right here, came down, William fractal appeared, okay, hit your yellow zone. It went just below the yellow zone, which is absolutely fine as well. Because why? Because we are still in a uptrend. Okay. Then you want to hit your buy, and your exit will be this fractal right here. Okay. You'll be doing exactly the same thing here as well. William fractal appeared. Okay. We are still in a buy trend. How do I know we're in a buy trend? Because this was lower than this low. This was higher than this low. This has been higher than this low. We're still in a buying trend. Okay. Now, once you see that fractal, we want to hit buy. And you want to stay into it until when? Until you see this emerging fractal. Now, just here on itself, you've had three separate different trades. Okay. Now, when you see this, when you see it getting close to the red line, okay, I purposely would not be taking that trade, although it would have been a successful trade. When I see it getting close to that red line, it's an indication that it potentially could be changing direction. Or if you see it go below this red line, there's a potential that it could be changing directions. Okay. So let's have a look at it in reverse for selling. Okay, let's have a look at it reverse for selling. So here we go. We agree that we're selling off, right? Because this is lower than the previous high. Okay, there's your fractal. This is a crossover. I would not be trading in crossover periods. I'm waiting for the next trade to happen, right? I'm waiting for the next trade to appear where I've got a lot of momentum. Okay, these particular trades here you can also take as well. But I would say keep your pulse on the trigger because at the end of the day, we're looking for something that's going to reverse to the 50 line. This didn't reverse to the 50 line, but I have great momentum. Okay. Then you're taking it down to where? The next fractal, then you're exiting the trade. Okay. Here's once again, although it was quite close to the 100 line, I may have mm, I would have taken this trade only because it was still on the yellow line, okay? So you would have had an entry here. You're taking this down to the next fractal, okay? And then you want to keep this moving across, okay? We are not trading here, guys. This is no trade. We need to see separation between the moving averages, right? So we are taking the trade here. This is perfect. Let's get that brush. We are taking the trade here and we're taking it right down to the next fractal. Okay. We're taking a trade here and we're taking it down to the next fractal. Now, it's not a very big trade, but it's still a trade nonetheless. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Just cut it off. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And that's how you're going to trade this particular pair type. That's how you're going to scalp with this. So guys, this is a very short video just to show you the potential of scalping with a system. Okay, we're not just guessing whether this candle is bigger than the previous candle and do we think it's going up and stuff like that. That's a lot of guesswork, okay? Eventually, you could end up losing in the long run like that. But if you want a system that you can potentially use for scalping, I would definitely say that this is a great, great, great tool to use. Great system. It's so easy to set up and it's so easy to follow as well. You can set up the free EMAs on your phone also as well, on your phone chart. And you can set up wheeling fractals on your phone chart as well. So you can actually use this on a device. Doesn't need to be a PC. This can be a tablet. It can be a phone as well, as long as the screen is a decent size. So guys, that's my trading strategy there done for you. I hope you enjoy it. Have fun with it. Don't overuse it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just take the trades that come to you and that are meeting the requirements of the actual strategy itself. Thank you so much, guys, and I look forward to seeing your results. Take care.